that we going through. We know that you real, so please fall through. Father, have mercy when we call on. But I just wanna fall on. To show the devils you ain't nothing to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it loyal to the team. UPK play for kings. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Go ahead. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. Go ahead. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead. This shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, VJ. Then them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. Mama grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be turching. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. They cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with this virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas we eat. Men this bitch with the itis. Say all y'all do the street. Tell y'all let's do the street. The nigga made the wrong move when he make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us hit the lead. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. I keep it loyal to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we pace. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it loyal to the team. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Test. Most high Christ. Just clap it up. Most high Christ. Hey, shalom. I'm saying to the brothers, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah Barakatah. To the sisters, Yahweh Shamar Alatha, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. You know what I'm saying? Since 1969, teaching the truth according to the Bible. You know what I mean? That blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews according to the Bible. Okay? And saying clearly without, you know what I'm saying, hesitation, you know what I'm saying, unafraid of any controversy. We've also been saying what everyone else will not say, the absolute truth that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Right there, right. And I say that, you know, when I start my class, like, you know, with such fervor, because it is like, it's like the first thing you got to learn. You got to learn and accept that. That is one of the things that's hard for people to accept, that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? That's why we have Caesar. We don't got him right now. We don't get him back up over there. But usually when I first came in, you know what I'm saying, we set up this we got this building. Caesar was on the floor by the door. You remember that, Yanazar? Caesar was on the floor by the door. There's a reason for that. It's to deter Christians from coming in here. You understand? It's to deter cowards, because they would see Caesar and be like, whoa. Should I pick this up? I mean, maybe somebody dropped this by accident. And I would be like, no, just you got to step on them. That's how you wipe your feet. Like, that's what that's for. And they'd be like, oh, no. You can see a Christian, you can spot them a mile away. You understand? We have all kinds of fail safes to make sure that Christians do not stay in here, cowards do not stay in here, and a heathen can't even make his way through the door. You understand? And if you even look kind of funny to me, I'm going to think about whatever you might be, and I'm going in. If you look like an Elamite, I'm going to talk about how horrible Elamites smell. I'm going to talk about every terrible thing. I'm going to talk about terrorists. You understand? If you look like you might be a little Arab, that's what we're going to do. Because this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? And we have a standard to uphold. You understand? This is the house that Christ built. You understand? And we're gonna keep up with that. All right. So again, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Can I get you to bro? You know what I'm gonna be the water for asking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is the Monday night scripture breakdown class. Okay. Also, you can say history class as well. You know what I'm saying? So if you've had any questions of any kind, if you're in the classroom, just go ahead and raise your hand. And if I can answer it, I will do so promptly. If not, we'll just write down the question, of course, get it at a later time. Or when the Ottawan arrives, right, we'll let him go ahead and answer it. Also, if you have questions online, same thing. You know what I'm saying? We got a brother who's going to look at the questions and he'll let me know. So for today's class, I'm Previous Law Officer 500 One, holding it down until, Captain 13,009 arrives. All right. So is there anything in the room? Y'all, you had something?
Yeah, I just to piggyback off what you were saying. Like I was watching some videos, some old videos, ISUPK videos today. And what I want to say is, like, if our people only knew the extent that the devil, the oppressor, has gone through to keep this truth from them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They would realize what was going on, man. Like they've spent untold amounts of money and have murdered untold amounts of people to keep this truth from the Israelites, man.
Right.
And that's something that that we bring out in here all the time. It's necessary.
Damn right. Get our brother in here. That's an excellent point. They've absolutely, and you may hear the brother say they spent millions of dollars and you don't know what the hell he's talking about. But it's absolutely true. They've spent millions of dollars to put what in front of you to keep the truth from you. We might call it a word. The word you could use is propaganda. Right. Now, when you hear propaganda, history tells you might think of the Third Reich. Is anybody familiar with the Third Reich? Right? So the Third Reich, who was their minister of propaganda? He was a film director named Joseph Goebbels. Goebbels, right? He was in charge of propaganda. Everything that they made to make Germany look like the greatest people on earth, that was his job. Okay, so propaganda is that's what that is. All right, and the devil has spent millions of dollars in propaganda to make black people think what? Give me some examples of what they spent millions of dollars to get us to think. Go ahead, Mike Shaw.
So, like I said, well, the biggest crime to me, getting us to believe Christ is white.
Give them a hand. That's they've been spending money on that for thousands for hundreds of years. You understand? They've been literally putting hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars building chapels. But you think that's a coincidence? Every single one of us went to school. We all heard about the Sistine Chapel, and we all read about Da Vinci, and we all read about Michelangelo and this person and that person. And we all seen this devil, right? We all seen this image, and we all thought, what? Let's be real. Let's not lie. We all thought that was God at some point. That was God. That was Jesus. We all thought it. Go ahead.
If I may, it's funny this would come up because if I may, like Captain Katazar, I was watching an old video, and one of the things he brought out, he had it was a 4-picture layout of the Greek Orthodox Church actually painting a black image of Christ white.
Right.
Man
hours.
Yep.
How many man hours did they put in to paint the walls where there was originally black images and make them look like this guy? Right. How many t-shirts have been made? How many movies have been made? How much did Charlton Heston get paid to play Moses? How much did Christian Bale get paid to play Moses? Right. You think that brother don't know what he's talking about? He's a priest and prophet of God. He knows what he's talking about. They've spent millions and damn near billions of dollars. Yes, billions of dollars to keep black people thinking that this is who they should worship. Right. Give me some more. What else that goes along with this? Have they spent money to teach us? Go ahead, Yanazor.
Well, of course, if they teach you that Christ is white, they teach you that the Jews are white,
right,
as well, and the angels is white, and God is white,
right?
God is white.
You're right, and you told me that story, right? And they've spent millions of dollars on that. Go to your major city, go to your nearest major city, and you will find what? You will find a synagogue everywhere throughout the city. There's one all over the place. I had the unfortunate circumstance, I always bring it up, of growing up in a so-called Jewish neighborhood, right? And brother, it's like synagogue. They got their own ambulance, everything, and it's just Jew everywhere. You understand? They own patrol, everything. They own pharmacy. They own everything. You understand? They spent millions of dollars to make you think that they're the real Jews. You understand? Don't they spend millions of dollars to make you think, black man, that you are an African? Don't they spend millions of dollars to make so-called Hispanics and Native Indians think that they're different from black people? They spend much money to get you to believe these things. You understand? If you got something, just let me know. Count the watch. All right? That's what it is. Okay? So going back to, I was just saying, that's what, that's what this devil is for. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that everybody knows that, we don't mess with him, and it is what it is. But I think Yanazar just had a comment, but you had a question, brother?
Yeah, come on, sir. If I could, where can I find the scripture that says where Christ said to rend unto Caesar and follow his laws? For anybody saying, we should be, bucking against the system or whatever, but Christ says clearly right here.
Well, if I may
follow.
Shalaka, going back to what we were just talking about, I wouldn't use the word buck per se, but in the ISUPK, we definitely go against the system. In fact, the ISUPK under Commander Junior Hanna is the only group that goes against the system. Right. You understand? Why? Because telling a bunch of black people to go out and pick up automatic rifles and be violent or harm devils is not going against the system. It's the stupidest thing you can ever do in your life. You're all going to die. You're going to die. Your movement is going to die. No one's going to remember you, and it will not matter. Devils will still own every single stitch of land in America. And black people will still be number one in unemployment, number one in AIDS and HIV, number one in hypertension, number one in every horrible disease and physical ailment you can find. We're still going to be like that, even though you shot 2 white people. It means nothing. You are an idiot and a fool. And you should have came into the ISUPK to command a general army. That's the only. But if you want to be a revolutionary, if you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, and you want to fight against what they used to say back in the day, Yanazar, the man. You want to fight against the man. You know what I'm saying? You want to be Fred Williamson. You understand? You want to be Shaft. You want to be all of them. Guess what? There's only one way you can do it, and that's by joining the ISUPK and command and general army. Because what we doing here is absolutely revolutionary. It's revolutionary. You understand? We go on them street corners, and I mean, I know y'all see the videos. Y'all brothers have had the privilege, like myself, in my short time, the privilege of being at camp and seeing how angry people get and how upsetting it is for them to hear the things that we say. You understand? We don't got a bunch of people coming up trying to say, hey, good job. I like what you're talking about. Every now and then you'll get a devil say something like that, but he must have not heard the part about, you know what I'm saying? He must have missed the part, but that's what it is. Absolutely revolutionary. But to go to your question, you said the one about rending to Caesar, right? Yeah, I got you. Most High in Christ. What's going on, Quadum? Shalom, how about your Iiwsupk? What's going on? What's going on, priest? All right. That's Matthew chapter 22 and verse 20. Let me see. Let's see where we should start. Matthew chapter 22. Let's start at. Okay, start at verse 15. Let's get a quick little understanding here. Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk.
What does that mean? And who are they talking about? Go ahead, Mike Shaw.
Slacking, sir. They would, now the Pharisees going to try and trip up Yahushua,
right?
In his teachings.
Right. They took counsel on it, meaning they came together, gathered together, and of course, in your Christian church, they teach that Christ is all love, and everybody loves Christ, and He's just the nice fellow that everybody wants to be around. Right. So why in the hell are the Pharisees having counsel on trying to get him to trip on his own words? Why are they doing that? Why are they having counsel for that purpose, to entangle his talk?
Slacking, sir, if I may.
Go ahead, Mike Shaw.
To discredit him, so that, actually to get him killed.
There you go. Give him a hand. It was not to discredit him. The Pharisees wanted to get him killed. They wanted him to say something that would go against the law or go against their customs, so that way they could do what? They could have an excuse to kill him. How do you think they crucified him? Right. They kept. So when you read in the scriptures that talk about the Pharisees and Sadducees entangling him, and they, saying they sought to do this to him, they kept trying it over and over again until they what? So they finally got him. And Christ never said anything against the law, and he never said anything against the government that he was in. Right. But they tried to get him to say something that they could at least go to the Romans and be like, hey, you see what he said? Go ahead, Yanazar.
What you said is deep and heavy, because they were frustrated because first they tried to get him, convict him of breaking one of the Jewish laws, and they never were able to do it. So they tried to get him with like sedition against the Romans.
Right, because they knew that was the only way. And because they didn't understand his speech, they waited till he said what? Till he said that he was bringing a new kingdom, which of course, in Roman law, it's with the scriptures because he's the son of God. He's, what I'm saying? He's in the line of David. But it's against Roman law because it was what? It's treason. Right. For you to say that, oh, you mean to tell me you about to start another kingdom that's not ours? Oh, no, we got to kill this nigga. You understand? So they lied on him and said, hey, yeah, he said he's bringing another kingdom. But he wasn't talking about, oh, yeah, I'm gonna bring a kingdom that's going to overthrow Rome. That's not what he was talking about. Right. You understand? But what we're reading is another example of the Pharisees getting together and saying, hey, yo, let's trip him up. We're gonna ask this question and watch. He's gonna say something crazy he ain't not supposed to say. Yeah, Iiwsupk.
What you just said is deep because this shows that they were so willing to be slaves to Rome.
Give them a hand.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, man. That's what you should see. That's a priest, because that's what you should see. The Pharisees and Sadducees were Israelites who were, don't look at it, and Cap broke this down to me. Don't look at it like they were a part of Rome or a part of the Roman government. They weren't. They were Israelites who were the religious leaders of the time, who in their minds might have thought they were doing something somewhat noble. But under the table, what were they doing? You understand?
They was robbing the people.
They were robbing the people. Go ahead, sis. What you got? Damn right. That's exactly what it is. Your Christian pastor is what? A Pharisee and a Sadducee. He's the Pharisees and the Sadducees were what we call the religious leaders of the time, right? At that time. So think about who is the face of black religion now?
Pastor Pork Chop.
Pastor Pork Chop. Give me that's a he ain't real, but he real. Give me a real person who's the face of black religion. Yeah,
P.D. Jakes.
P.D. Jakes is one. What you got, Maya Shaw?
Oh, like it. Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar is one. Since you had something, no sweat, right? All of these people are the faces of black religion. I'll give you some more. How about Al Sharpton? Right. How about Jesse Jackson? Keep hope alive, right? How about some of your fake Israelite leaders? That's right. How about some of your conscious community leaders? Is Umar Johnson not the face of black spirituality? Yeah, right. Don't he go to the gravesite of Frederick Douglass and pray over the ancestors and say, is that not what happens? The religious leaders, and mind you, the Pharisees and Sadducees aren't the same, right? They're not the same group, right? Think of it again, like I say, like, you might have the first Pentecostal church of the saints of, you know what I'm saying, the Rock of Gibraltar, but then down the block you got, you know what I mean, the Kemetic science temple such and such, right? Not the same group, but they're all trying to do what? Destroy Christ. Okay, so that's what we're reading about right now. Read verse 15 again.
Come on. Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. And they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true and teachest the way of the Most High in truth.
Oh man, they trying to, what are they doing, man? They buttering them up, they gassing them up, and they being real, you know, because they know if they just come in there and accuse them, right? But they coming up being like, oh, good master. What are they saying? They saying Adawan. Saying Adawan, you so intelligent, you so knowledgeable, Adawan. We know that you teaching the truth. Right. Go ahead.
God. Neither carest thou for any man. For thou regardest not the person of men.
Hey, you don't spare nobody's feelings, man. You go ahead, you tell it like it is. You tell the truth. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
Now, why are they asking him this question? Why are they asking him, is it lawful to can give tribute to Caesar? We just said it, but break it down with this question. They said, so we want to know, we got a question, Adawan. Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar? Go ahead, Mike.
Slacking, sir, if I could. They're asking, they're basically trying to trip them up against the law of the land at the time, the Romans. They're trying to get the law to kill him, you know.
Exactly. They're trying to get him to say what? No, you don't gotta keep the laws. You don't gotta pay tribute to Caesar. You just gotta pay to the Most High. That's what they trying to get him to say. Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, it's like it. Verse 18.
Right.
Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 18. But Yahushua perceived their wickedness.
But he did what?
Perceived their wickedness.
But Yahushua perceived what?
Their wickedness.
But Yahushua perceived their wickedness. Yahushua, if you want to know, it's what I learned. I'm gonna say the same to y'all. If you want to, as a young man coming up, a trooper coming up, a young priest coming up like myself, you want to get more in understanding how we do things and conduct ourselves at camp, conduct ourselves in these battles when it comes to dealing with these fake, you know what I'm saying, religious, whatever the hell they got going on. Look at Christ. Look at what Christ did. Christ perceived their wickedness. So they tried to butter him up and say, we know you a man of the Lord. We know you teach the truth, Adawan.
Right.
So I got a question. You ever see a brother that asks a question, but he ain't really asking a question?
Oh, yeah.
You understand? Like, you got to know the difference. And they try to do that to Christ. You understand? Read on.
And said, why tempt ye me?
He said, why are you tempting me? Why are you asking this question? That's what he said. Why are you asking me this? Go ahead.
Ye hypocrites.
Ye what?
Ye hypocrites.
Ye what?
Ye hypocrites.
Christ said, you are a bunch of hypocrites. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Show me the tribute money.
Uh-huh.
And they brought unto him.
He said, show me the dollar you talking about. The money you talking about. Let me see it. Go ahead.
And they brought unto him a penny.
Uh-huh.
Verse 20. And he saith unto them, whose is this image and subscription?
He said, whose image is this on this penny? And this inscription, whose is this? Go ahead.
Verse 21. They say unto him, Caesar's.
They said, who?
Say unto him, Caesar's.
Meaning what? Meaning who's on the money?
God.
Caesar's on the money. Christ is cutting them right now because they don't understand anything, because they're stupid and they're not in the truth. They don't get it. Their brains are like mashed potatoes. They don't know what's going on. So they're thinking, well, it's Caesar on the money. Go ahead.
Then saith he unto them.
So then Christ said unto them, go ahead.
Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's.
Give Caesar the things that are Caesar's. Go ahead.
And unto the Most High the things that are the Most High.
And give unto the Most High the things that are of the Most High. You understand? It's the same thing like when Christ told them what? That he was bringing a new kingdom. He wasn't talking about, I'm going to bring an army of people to come destroy Rome. He's talking about he's bringing what? God's kingdom. And how's he doing it? By teaching. By teaching his people how to follow God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Teaching his sisters not to be whores. Teaching his brothers not to be whoremongers. Teaching us not to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. That's why it says what? That the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. He's trying to teach them the spiritual things. So when he said under Caesar what is Caesar's, what is he saying?
Oh, like it, sir.
Follow
the law of the land.
Exactly. Caesar's on the money. The portion that belongs to him, give it to him. But make sure you give the Lord what belongs to the Lord. You understand? Now, of course, you got to pay your tithes. Your tithes is a part of what belongs to the Lord. That's the Lord's, you know what I'm saying, his portion, right? You render it just like right now. All my brothers and sisters in the ISUPK. You think these brothers ain't paying their taxes? No, we all pay taxes.
That's right.
We all got slaves and do what we do or whatever, raise our families. We all pay taxes. But guess what? We paying them tithes too. You know what I'm saying? We're rendering unto Caesar what is Caesar's and rendering unto the Lord what belongs to the Lord. More importantly, we give what to the Lord? We give ourselves to the Most High.
Most High, correct.
You understand? We give ourselves to the Most High in the form of what? Keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. You understand?
Right.
And with that, I pass the class over to priest and captain of 13,000 Nayathat.
All right, where we at? All right, today I ain't gonna I'm gonna try and get into it one time, right? Come on.
Oh, so like sir, Officer Kadam had a question online
Okay,
next
come on.
after mine, sir.
What's the question here?
This is from Officer Kwadum. He says, Shalom, Adawan Yislaki. Sir, if I may, Babusha, can I get a general breakdown on John chapter 14, verses 1 through 4, specifically verse 2, where it talks about the mansions. What is the mansions being referred to here?
Come on.
It's the book of John, chapter 14, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High, believe also in me. Verse 2. In my Father's house are many mansions.
What house is he talking about? Come on.
It's like, sir, he's talking about heaven, sir. The kingdom.
Where's the kingdom going to be?
It's like, sir, here on earth.
Right. So where's the mansions going to be?
It's like here on earth, sir.
Here. Right here. All right. Read on.
If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Right? I got to prepare a place for what? For you. Meaning what? What is Christ saying? He's preparing a place for you. Come on, sis. Yes, basically. You understand? He had to go through what he go through, meaning he had to die. And then what? Go back to the Father. And then stay there until what? Until it's time to do what? Come back and exact vengeance on this earth. You understand? For the Most High. All right? And with all of that, that's why what Peter, good precept is what Peter asked him, why are we doing all of this? What are we doing all this work for? And what Peter told him. I mean, what Christ told Peter. That they will, come on.
If I may, sir, he said that, that they would be judges of the nation of Israel.
Yes, they'll have what? 12 crowns. They'll have crowns and 12, I forget the exact words he used. Say it one time. Find it for me. That is a reward for being in here. Right? Your reward for being in here, you're going to basically get rewarded for your work, basically. You understand? And that's what Christ was trying to explain to them. You're going to be rewarded. All right? And a mansion, what mansion, we know a mansion to be what? A big house, right? Right? Come on.
You want the judging one, sir?
Yeah.
Come.
And we know there's a ton of places on earth that ain't have what? No what? People. Ton of places. Just here in America alone, there are acres of land that you haven't sit on as yet.
Come.
You understand? Right? Come on.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones.
You also shall sit upon what?
12 thrones.
Upon 12 thrones. You understand? Right? And if you're sitting upon 12 thrones, that means that what? There's something to what? To be in charge of. All right?
Okay.
That's the other good precept faith is when he said there was I think it was 3 men and with a penny. Right? You're gonna be basically rewarded for the work you put in.
Okay.
You understand? Your preachers, they're gonna be rewarded for the work they put in, right? They're gonna be what? The least in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? You have a mansion, you're gonna need some what? Butlers. You have a stable, you'll need some what? A farm boy, somebody to take care of them horses. You understand? You ain't getting up to go take care of them horses. Nah. To the Jakes, Cruffle Dollar, they had enough time, enough grace, you understand, to help Israel out, and they didn't. Well, guess what? When Christ returned, they're going to help us out.
That's right.
They're going to help us clean some stables. They're going to help make sure the streets of gold are well kept, swept, and clean. You understand? All right? Any more questions online? Come on.
Slack, sir. Y'all 3 to 4. I got to stick at 3.
Go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 3. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again.
I will what?
I will come again.
I will come again. Meaning what? Come on.
Like I said, he's coming back down from
He coming back
heavens.
down. 'Cause right now he's what? He's with the Most High doing what? Waiting. You know what I mean? Who when we say the prayers, who do we say to the name of?
It's like
Come on.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai. Because he's the what? According to the Bible, he's what?
He's the mediator.
He's the mediator. You understand? I'm too filthy. You understand? So guess what? In the name of Christ, please, Lord, such and such, such and such. You understand? All right? So he right now doing what? He preparing. All right? Come on.
Come. And receive you unto myself,
Uh-huh.
that where I am, there ye may be also.
Where I am. Where's Christ going to be? Is Christ going to be in Mars, on Mars or Pluto? He going to be where? When he come back, he going to be where? Right here. Wherever he is, you're going to be. You understand? Right here on earth. Earth ain't made for you to what? But through the ozone layer to go do what? Live somewhere else, like what Esau is trying to do.
Right.
Esau trying to live out where? Find what? Life somewhere else. You know what I mean? He want to destroy the earth and then go somewhere else and do what? Destroy it again.
Right.
You understand? All right. Any more?
Yeah, one more, sir.
Come on.
Verse 4. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know.
Right? Whither I go, what?
Ye know.
You know. You're going to know where Christ's going. We already know where he is. We know what? We just don't know when he's going to come back, but we know he's coming what? He's coming back. You understand? That's what we know. We know he's coming back. Ain't no question about it. You understand? Yeah, take a sip. Nothing too much, you know what I mean? Something to kill the worms. All right, come on.
That's the end of it, sir. Right?
That's it?
Come, sir.
All right, any more questions online? Let's check and see. Come on now, Yanisa.
I had a question we asked last week, but we couldn't get an answer.
Mm-hmm.
So if I may, sir.
Come on.
Okay, and the first question is John 8:48.
8 and 48. That sound like with the devil. Yeah, Father, the devil. Come on.
It says.
Let me get a Bible with you.
It says this is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
Then answered the Jews and said unto him.
Mm-hmm.
Then answered the Jews and said unto him, say, we not well that thou art a Samaritan and hast a devil? So the question is, why would they say Samaritan?
Say, call who a Samaritan?
Christ.
Read verse 45.
Khan.
Or verse 44. Start at 44 from the first.
Khan. Verse 44. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth.
You understand? So he basically cutting them. You understand? And who is he talking to right now? See. So either the Sadducees or the Pharisees he's speaking to right now, right? One of your religious leaders.
Khan, sir, that's what he's talking to.
Right? Read on.
Because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Right? So he basically cutting them to the core, saying that what? They have their father, the who?
The Romans.
The devil, right? Who the Bible speaks of, basically, right? Read on, verse 44.
Verse 45.
45, sorry.
And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not.
Right? He's saying the truth, but at what? They don't believe him, right? Read on.
Verse 46. Which of you convinces me of sin? And I say the truth. Why do you not believe me?
Right. So he asking them that. So this is Christ speaking here in red, right? Read on.
Verse 47. He that is of God heareth God's word. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of God.
He's cutting the Christian church. You understand? He cutting the mosque. He cutting them to shreds. Right? Read on.
Verse 48. Then answered the Jews and said unto him, say we not well then, thou art a Samaritan and hast a devil?
All right, read one more time.
Then answered the Jews and said unto him, say we not well that thou art a Samaritan and hast a devil?
Read on.
Verse 49. Yahushua answered, I have not a devil, but I honor my Father. Ye do dishonor me.
You understand? So your question is, why did they call him a Samaritan?
Con, sir.
I'm how to get that for you. That part right there. Why they call him a Samaritan?
Con, sir.
All right. To what?
I have one more question, sir.
Come on.
In the book of 1 Kings, chapter 18, verse 40, Salakia, sir. 18 and 40. 1 Kings 18 and verse 40. Now,
First Kings, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
It says, this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 40. And Elijah said unto them, Salakia, sir, take the prophet of Baal, let not one of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah, Salakia, so I'm reading the wrong thing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And Elijah brought them down to the brook Kishon and slew them there. So, Salakia, so if I may, the question is this the instance or the circumstances that's spoken of in the 83rd Psalm?
I'm gonna get that for you. I'm gonna get that for you, Yanazar. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll get it for you, right? You just want to know if this is referring to what we read in the book of Psalms, right? All right.
The book of Kishon, where they were slain there.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're speaking about. All right. Any more? If not, let's get into this. Let's do the history of marriage. All right. Tabon, you can hook the TV up. You hooked already? Pull up the Julian marriage laws.
The history of marriage?
Yes. Let's do that. Let's go all the way into it. If you can't find it, you can start it. Right? So we're going into the history of marriage, right? Why? Because Black people and Hispanic people think what? Marriage is what? Come on.
If I may, so Black people, Hispanic people think that marriage is a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper, simply, right? Marriage is what? And what also is the stress on marriage? Come on.
It's like the ring on the finger, the jewelry that goes with it, and the monogamy.
Very good. That's it. That whole what? One man and one woman, right? One man and one woman, right? But where did all of that come from? Because when you read the Bible from back to front, there's nothing mentioning of what? Monogamy. You understand? Then who? Then Abraham is a sinner, right? Then King David is a what? Sinner. But the Lord said what? King David was a man after his own heart. You understand? Come on.
Slack it real quick, sir. Did Job have multiple wives?
I don't think it mentioned it, but the people who are calling it made mention of them having more than one wife. You understand? Right? And then what people might like to say is, well, that's in the what? The Old Testament. Right. Well, Christ said it in the what? The New Testament also too, out his own mouth. And we're going to get it. All right? We're going to get all of it tonight. All right? So when you see if you could pull it up. If you can't find what I have there, just read what I have there for now. All right? All right. While you're trying to pull it up, just pass it to Maya Shah. I'll let him start reading it.
You got it? Come on. Most in Christ. No, then pull it up on the screen and let me hold it right here so I could the people on online could see it too, right?
I can show it to them.
Yeah, you show it to them, man. They need to see this. They're gonna think we're lying. You know what I mean? They need to go show the grandmama, the auntie, you know what I mean, the sister, the tanty, whoever. Go show them this. Go ask them. Ask them where did all this come from, this whole marriage thing come from. Right. This monogamy, right? So let's read it. So this has to do with what? The Julian what? No, the Julian marriage what? Laws. Yes. Come on.
Oh yeah, come. I think I can see. Julian marriage laws.
Mm-hmm.
In 18 BC, the Emperor Augustus turned his attention to social problems at Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Extravagance and adultery were widespread.
Well, what?
Were widespread.
So right. So here in their mind, they say what? A crisis. As yeah, I mean, as Esau does all the time. With a crisis, he always tries to find a way to do what? To circumvent it, to stop it from happening, right? At this time, it was what? What was the crisis?
It's like it's extravagance and adultery.
Meaning what? What's extravagance and adultery? Come on.
It's like today when everybody's like dressing all extravagantly and they wearing jewelry and they wearing all this makeup and they looking all, extravagant.
It ain't wrong with looking nice, you know what I mean? That's Israel. You understand? But extravagance and adultery, it's going down apart. Come on.
Oh, excessive waste of money.
Look up extravagant. Let's see what we come up with, and then we go put it in context. All right. We know what adultery is, right? Adultery is what? A woman having a man and what? Going and sleeping with another man, or a man sleeping with a woman who already has a husband, right? That's adultery, right? That's a type of what? Fornication, and that's a crime against the Lord.
Damn right.
Punishable by what?
Yeah.
By death.
Okay.
You understand? By the Lord. Come on, Yaniza. What you have there for you?
Okay, I have the Webster definition. An instance of excess or prodigality, specifically an excess outlay of money.
Right. So meaning what? Just think New York nightlife, where everybody is what? Is just about what? Party and what? Sex. All right? Just think about what? LA nightlife. Think about Las Vegas nightlife.
Oh, yep.
You understand? Mike, Shay, you want to tell us something? I say you want to tell us something?
Oh, nah, sir.
You sure? Mike, Shay said, I said Vegas. He said, definitely. You understand? What is done in Vegas has to do what? Stay in Vegas, right?
Sir.
Right? And how many of you ever saw Hangover when they went to? That's extravagant. That's an extravagant lifestyle. You understand? Right? Read on.
Among the upper classes, marriage was increasingly infrequent, and many couples who did marry failed to produce offspring.
They failed to produce offspring because we know why, right? The Lord ain't blessed, you know what I mean, that womb of your oppressor. You understand? So it's very hard for them to do what? To have what? Children. You understand? Right? But with us, it comes, you know what I mean? You breed an Israelite sister hard, she might get pregnant. You understand? Right? Read on.
Augustus, who hoped thereby
to elevate both the morals and the numbers of the upper classes in Rome.
Right. So this had to deal with what? With the upper classes, right? Because they already know what affects the upper class is going to do what? It's going to trickle down to what? Your common people. You understand? So this was an upper class issue they was trying to deal with, right? Read on.
And to increase the population of native Italians in Italy.
Right. And to increase the what? The population. Because that's the fear your oppressor have. The fear your oppressor have is that one day he's going to be the minority.
Right.
That's the big fear. That's in the Bible called not Bible, sorry. The Esau has a book called Bird by Ben Wattenberg, which speaks about the fears of your so-called oppressor having like becoming a minority. You understand? That's why Margaret Sanger, she came up with the eugenics program to further do what? To depopulate black people. You understand? Come on.
So I was going to say, and that shows you the overlap, like the similarities between ancient Rome and America. Because ancient Rome, people think it was just a bunch of devils running around. It was a cosmopolitan with a bunch of different races, a bunch of different people around and living in that area. So they was trying to, just like in America today, their fear is like, okay, we got all these different people here. We got to make sure that it stays Italian or it stays like a bunch of devils.
And that's why I get into it, because remember, what did it say when you read the first, what's the first line saying? What's the first line said?
Emperor Augustus.
No, come on, read it good. What does it say? Read the first line.
Emperor Augustus turned his attention to the problems at Rome.
No, the first line.
That's the first line.
Extravagance and adultery, sir?
No, yeah. Come on.
You mean the
Stick with
title?
me. Stick with me. First line, read the exact first line is in there.
In 18 BC.
In what?
In 18 BC.
In what?
In 18 BC.
What is BC?
Before Christ, sir.
Yeah.
Before
Christ came on the scene, this was going on, right? So when you read in the New Testament, Christ is on the scene, right? So definitely this was what? This was a situation that was taking place. Why I'm saying that? Because the brothers and sisters who were living inside of Jerusalem, they were allowed to do what? Carry on their culture. But outside of Jerusalem, guess what? You didn't circumcise.
Right.
You did. You were called what? A Gentile. Why? Because you live like a Gentile. So guess what they was pushing outside of Jerusalem? A man could only have what? One wife. That's what it was pushing. That's why when Christ came on the scene, as you will see, let me get what? Bottle of water. To water. When Christ came on the scene, that's why he had to say what he said in Matthew 19, which we're going to get to. Right? So read on.
And to increase the population of native Italians in Italy, enacted laws to encourage marriage and having children.
Encourage what?
Laws to have marriage and having children.
So now, okay. So basically, what marriage is? What is marriage to your so-called oppressor? Come on.
Making babies.
No. Come on.
A business contract.
It's a business contract.
Con.
That you read that part over one more time for me. Hey, this mic right here. Can I share with them?
Enacted laws to encourage marriage and having children, including provisions establishing adultery as a crime.
Right? So now he put adultery as what? A crime back then. Right? To try and what? Deter the public from doing what? From?
It's like having more than one wife or more than one woman.
No. You're gonna get to it. That's our how to put it? That's our belief. Meaning the Jews believe that. The Romans believe something totally different, brother. Yeah. They weren't having, the reason for them not having children had nothing to do with having more than one wife. Because if you have more than one wife, of course you're gonna have what? Children. This has to do with a certain type of what they don't like to hear us say, but it has to do with their lifestyle. All right? You can read on.
The law against adultery made the offense a crime punishable by exile
and confiscation of property.
And what?
Confiscation of property.
So now they're putting laws in place so that you don't be adulterer. Right? Read on.
These were permitted to kill daughters and their partners in adultery.
Right. Well, that's straight from where? The Bible.
Right.
But the heathens take it to a different level. Right? How the Lord sets it up here in the Bible, they take it, and once they get it, they put their little spin on it, and now, you know what I mean, before you know it, somebody getting killed who innocent. Right. Somebody in jail who innocent, because they are not following this law. They're just taking the laws out of here and they're putting their spin on it. That's where you get your what? American Constitution from. That's why it doesn't profit us. You understand? That's why when we have to stand before the courts, we what? We guilty until what? Proven innocent. They what? They innocent until what? Proven what? Guilty. It's totally different when it comes to us. You understand? Read on.
Husbands could kill the partners in certain circumstances,
right?
And were required to divorce adulterous wives.
Mm-hmm.
Augustus himself was to invoke the law against his own daughter, Julia.
Right. So he had to do what? He had to invoke the law against because his daughter is much like the preacher. The preacher, you want to know the nastiest thing in the church? Guess what? The daughter. Yeah, go for the preacher daughter. That's what they do. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on here. The same man that invoking the what? The law, his daughter is what? The filthiest of them all. Right? Read on.
The Augustan social laws were badly received and were modified by AD 9 by the Lex Poppaea, named for the two bachelor consuls of that year. The earlier and later...
Skip down. Do you have where it says the speech of the census? Come on. Yeah, go right there. Right there.
Men must marry. Rome, 131 BC. Speech of the censor Quintus Caecilius Metellus Macedonius about the law requiring men to marry in order to produce children. According to Livy, in 17 BC, Augustus read out this speech, which seemed written for the hour, in the Senate in support of his own legislation encouraging marriage and childbearing.
No. Hold on. Before you get to that, right? Let's get a verse. All right. Let's go to let me see. I have let's try Deuteronomy 21 and 15. All right. And I sent you some articles in your email too. So you could you could pull it up on your phone first.
I can do it straight from here.
I
can do it straight from here.
Okay. It went in interfere with what you're looking at there right now, right? Yeah. Oh, I have this right here if you want.
Okay. I got it, sir.
Come on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 15. Mm-hmm. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated.
Right. So the Bible already speaks about what? A man having what? More than one wife.
Okay.
Right. It ain't unlawful for a man to have more than one wife. How much wives a man could have?
As many as he wants.
How many shoes a man could have? Come on.
As many as he wants.
As many as he wants.
Okay.
Right? As many as he wants. The Bible does not put a what? It doesn't put a limit on a man having wives. You understand? But it puts a limit on who? Come on.
How many husbands a woman can have?
Yes, it puts a limit on the woman. A woman could only have what? One. You understand? You come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, right? And you start class, you do your 6 months as a sister, your 3 months as a sister, get your name, right? Become somebody brand new. You are what? A what? In the sight of the Lord.
It's like you're a virgin.
Virgin. In the sight of the Lord. Right? You're a woman of what? Marriageable age now. You're clean. You're slate clean. You understand? Right? Right? Read on.
And they have bore him children.
Right. So we clear on that right there, right? A man having what? More than one wife. Right? That's Deuteronomy. Now let's get back to what this heathen going to say right here.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
If we could survive without a wife.
If we could what?
Survive without a wife.
Totally opposite to what Paul was saying in Corinthians, right?
Okay.
where we going to get to also too, right? If we could what?
Survive without a wife, citizens of Rome, all of us would do without that nuisance.
Without that what?
That nuisance.
That nuisance. You understand? He is calling his woman, you understand? The oppressor's woman, he's calling her a what?
A nuisance.
A nuisance. And now black women strive to be a what?
A nuisance.
A nuisance. You understand? When we should be what? Striving to be what? Opposite of a nuisance.
Right.
You understand? They're calling their woman what? Nuisance. Which means what they're doing. Come on. A little worse than that, sis. Come on.
It's like unnatural use of their fellow man.
Very good.
Okay.
They're being what they call gay. They're being gay. That's that. Come on, sis. You stay that way, sis, right? You know what I mean? But that's it right there. You understand with them? They want to what? If they could survive without a woman, meaning if a man could get what? Pregnant, guess what? That's it for the woman. It's done. You understand? That's why it was speaking about extravagance and adultery. Because extravagance comes with what now? Man and man, woman and woman. That type of, you know what I mean, enjoyment to them. Where what? If a man with a man, guess what? Guess what can't happen? There's no what? Responsibility of a what?
Of a child.
Of a child coming. So now you good. You could have fun. You just want to be what? You just like a pig that just want to feel what? An orgasm. You understand? Like an animal that just want to feel an orgasm, roll over, and then get back to life as normal. All right? But with that type of society, guess what? If you allow a gay society to flourish, guess what? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Come on.
It's like if I could, more breaking of laws. Like there's going to be more.
Yeah, but give me to the. I want it to the core. Come on, sis.
So, like, yes, sir. Everybody's gonna die. You have to have a man and a woman in order to procreate.
Very good. Very good. So now, guess what? My child is now going to be what? A prey. You understand? My daughter or my son will now be a prey to who? Yeah, of course. That's how I have to look at it. Because the two of you all, two male, can't what? Make a child. So guess what? Guess who you're looking at? You're gonna look at my little son. You're gonna look at my little daughter. You understand? Right? That's what they was trying to stop. They were trying to stop their society from what? From just dwindling away and becoming a what? A minority. Because all the guns, you can have all the guns in the world. If you don't have males to carry it, guess what? You're done. So they knew they needed males for that. You understand? Back then. So they had to stop that type of lifestyle. So that's why what you're reading about here is where what? Your marriage come from. All right, read on.
Come. But since nature has so decreed that we cannot marriage comfortably with them, nor live in any way without them, we must plan for our lasting preservation rather than for our temporary pleasure.
You understand? So a boy was to have what? Fun with to them. You understand? The boy was to have fun with. You understand? Right? Read on. Yes, sir. Hold on. Skip me down to see where it says marriage in Rome. If you have marriage in Rome. If not, I have it right here. You know, there? I have it right here. Take this right here. He can read it right there. In Rome.
Marriage in ancient Rome.
Marriage in ancient Rome was strictly monogamous institution.
Mm-hmm.
A Roman citizen by law could have only one spouse at a time.
Monogamous. Monogamous meaning what? Look it up. Right, let me see the paper one more time there. Yeah, check and see. You got it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Right? Who got monogamous for me? That's all right. So this is where America gets the whole what? One woman, one man, one what? One man, one man. One woman, one woman.
Okay.
All right, come on.
It's the Oxford Dictionary definition, monogamous, involving marriage to one person at a time.
Right, it doesn't specify, right? It just specifies that you could only be married to what? One person at a time. So guess what? You can be what? Gay and what? Married to what? Only what? One person. You understand? Right? So that's their take on what? On marriage. But back then in Rome, marriage was what? They was trying to get marriage, that monogamous, to be what? One man and one what? Woman. Read on.
The practice of monogamy distinguished the Greeks and Romans from other ancient civilizations.
Right? It distinguished the what?
The Greeks and Romans.
So, in other words, it was only who? The Greeks and the Romans that was what? Come on.
It was only the Greeks and Romans that were practicing like legally mandated monogamy.
Yes. Other nations was not.
Right.
That's why if you go look at certain African tribes, they will what? They believe in what?
What?
Per what?
Oh, multiple
wives, right? Good. We come into polygamy, right? And you know what I mean, these so-called Arabs who took what? Our laws now and cleaved it onto themselves. Right? Read on.
In which elite males typically had multiple wives.
In which what?
Elite males typically had multiple wives.
You understand? Your basketball players, your football players.
Right.
You understand? But not today. Today what? It's stuck with that one. You understand? Read on.
Greco-Roman monogamy may have arisen from the egalitarianism of the democratic and republican political systems of the city-states.
So which means it came from what? Come on.
Oh, the government, sir?
Politics, yeah. That's where it come from. Politics. This has nothing to do with the Bible. You cannot pull monogamy out the Bible.
That's right.
You cannot. You cannot pull it out the Bible. You understand? For you to believe, you can't say believe in the entire Bible, but man, my Jesus, no.
Right.
Not my Bible. One man. Right? Read on.
It is one aspect of ancient Roman culture that was embraced by early Christianity, which in turn perpetuated it as an idea in later Western culture.
As an idea in what?
Later Western culture.
And where we are right now? Western culture, right? We in the West. Come on.
If I may, sir, just want to clarify, it says ideal. So it doesn't say idea, it says ideal. Meaning, so like, this is, like you said, it's why every woman, every brother too, who grows up not knowing about the truth, not knowing about the scriptures and understanding the Bible, to them, this is the ideal. This is what they aspire to do, thinking that this is how it's supposed to be when it comes from the ancient Greeks and ancient Romans.
Yeah, you want to cut a Christian quick and let them know they don't believe in the Bible. Talk about marriage.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're going to show a Christian straight up and down that what? You do not believe in the Bible. What you believe in is a doctrine. You understand? Not the Bible. Come on.
We did have some other questions online, but they are off topic.
Uh-huh.
And then we did have a comment
Come on.
on Slovakia. Well, first, a question that's on topic.
Come on.
A sister asks, Salakia, sir, are women only allowed one husband because of Eve, or was it always to be that way?
It was always to be that way.
Damn right.
Always.
Come.
You understand? And you can find that in I believe in Deuteronomy 20:22. Right? You can find that in Deuteronomy 22, I believe.
Come.
Where it speaks about a woman only having one man.
Come.
You understand?
Come.
Where it speaks about where brother, I believe, you can't just want to up and leave a woman. There's
Right.
consequences to it in the Bible. You
Come.
understand? But the Lord made a woman to have one man
Come.
for her whole entire life.
That's right.
According to the Bible, if a woman had more than one husband in her lifetime, the nation look at her as being a whore.
Come.
You understand?
That's right.
And she could possibly get what? Stoned to death
Come.
for it. You understand? That's how serious the Lord take it. All right? Come on.
Come. So that was the sister's question, but then it was a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, Rana Israel said, one wife is preached in the Bible. God never spoke on it being okay to have multiple wives.
Okay, well, Rena, tell me where in the Bible. Tell me where in the Bible. You sound like you're, you know what I mean, a super Christian.
Right.
I need a super Christian in here right now. Tell me where in the Bible the Lord said a man could only have one wife.
That's right.
Show me in the Bible. And guess what? I'm how to put away a few of them. All right? I'm gonna be a sinner. Right? Right? Come on, Renee. Don't just mouth off. Or I should say beat them fingers on them keyboard. Show me it.
Okay.
All right, come on. So whenever she come back and say, let me know. Read on. Because right now, what we're reading about here is what?
Marriage in Rome, sir.
So now, Rena, I want you to listen to this good. Read the next verse.
Okay.
Next paragraph, I should say.
Marriage had mythical precedents.
Hold on. Hold on. You're going to lose them here because this they ain't teaching in the schools. This for sure you ain't going to learn in your school. This you're not learning where? In your Christian church. You're not learning these things in a Christian church. In a Christian church, they teach you what? That a man should only have what? One woman. And then when a man and a woman, they're not agreeing, then guess what the pastor telling you to do? Yeah, go get a divorce. Better you all separate. You understand? Better you all separate. This time the pastor already what? Plotting to do what? Yeah, to have babies. To have holy babies. He will tell you. Right? He will tell you these babies are from who? The Lord. The Lord wanted these kids, this, that, the other. You understand? Right? Read on.
I'm gonna read a second.
Come on.
Closer.
Yeah.
Salakia. This is still marriage in ancient Rome. It says marriage had mythical precedents, starting with the.
So hold on, right? Before we move on, you all know what mythical means, right? What does mythical means? Come on.
It's like it's particularly a fictional story, something made up.
Right. So now you understand that's why what? There's so many what? Divorces. Because it's not based on something real. You understand? It's not based, marriage right now in America is not based on the Bible. That's why when the preacher reading whatever he reciting to you, he's holding the Bible, but there's a piece of paper or something he memorized in his head. What's the verse? See if they get a verse on the they say the verse the pastor uses.
Which one?
For richer or poorer, till death do us part, this, that, the other. That is not in the Bible.
That's right.
Come on, sis. You understand?
He was holding it, but I was looking for the words when he put the Bible down.
Uh-huh.
He had it on Psalm somewhere.
You understand?
But he was not reading out of that book.
He not reading because what marriage, according to America, right? Believe it's not from the Bible.
Right.
But what does the Bible have as marriage? Sex. Now, if you know that, now you're gonna think before you dip your stick in, you know what I mean, the wrong place. Right? You're gonna think. And a woman, she gonna what? Knowing that sex is marriage and that man she's gonna have to be with for the rest of her life. She's going to have to do what? Really check the scene out. Because why? Because once he marry you, that's it. But guess what? He could go and get somebody else. You understand? So you better as a sister, you better slow your roll down. Slow it all the way down. Take your time.
Damn,
Come
man.
on.
So like, sir, we still on here, but the sister did respond.
Uh-huh.
She pulled the scripture. She pulled 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 2 out of one.
I was going there. I was going there on her. I was going right there where it said just a wife. I know she was going to go there because that's where Christian go. That's like find where it says where it say love your brother as yourself for me. Find that for me. I'm gonna show you how to cut Christians when they try to bring this up on you. Christians that bring these scriptures up on you, they don't know the Bible. You understand? And that's just a sister who just waiting until Christ return to accept that a man could have more than one woman. That's all. Is either accept it now or when Christ return. Which one? Either way, a man is going to have more than one woman. I don't care what you say. You understand? Or you can wait till you're 50 or 60 to do what? To settle. You know what I mean? But you're gonna be jumping from what? From man to what? To man. All right, come on. You know what that's like? That's like a lion. Picture a lion in the jungle, right? And you telling that lion you could only have this one lioness.
Right.
That lion is going to what? He gonna eat you. Right. He gonna look at you like, is you stupid?
Yeah, right.
So you tell me a lion have more sense than me? Oh man, come on, man. I could take a bow and arrow and kill a lion. I could take a rifle and kill a lion.
That's right.
And you tell me a lion have more sense than me? Come on. A lion can't open the Bible and read it. He don't have the ability to do it, right?
God.
But you do.
That's right.
But you letting your emotions and the American lifestyle decide your life. When that shouldn't be the case. What should decide your life? You opening the Bible and reading it and checking and seeing what is really in it. You sitting on home and you giving a man who say he's of the Lord, but when you look at the history on what goes on in the church, it's not adding up to him being a man of God. You understand? It's not adding up, right? What I tell it to go?
The book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31.
Uh-huh.
And the second is like, namely this:
Uh-huh.
thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Hold on. Love thy what?
Thy neighbor.
How much neighbor is it talking about there?
Oh, just one, sir. Your neighbor.
Oh, just one.
Oh,
that's what Renee will say. Renee, whatever she will say.
Salakia,
when it says love your neighbor as yourself, it's talking about who? Just one person? Come on, sis. Just your brother and sister alone? Who?
Slakia. Oh.
Come on.
Slakia, it's talking about your people.
Your people. It ain't talking about one person.
Right.
It ain't talking about just what? Your brother and sister alone. Right. It's talking about your brothers and sisters. Finish reading it.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
Right? Where it say love thy brother as thyself. Does you found that from us yet? Does this? Right? So, come on. That's all right. I'm gonna take that. Right? When it say love your neighbor, does it just mean one person? Rennie, come on, answer the question, Rennie. When it say love your neighbor, does it just mean one person? She answers yet? Don't go inside the shell now. Come out that shell. Uh-huh.
She just said, let me see. Now she pulled that scripture. She said, what would that fornication be? And if you're married, what would be the purpose of the others?
Okay, good. I'm gonna come to all of that. I'm gonna come to the fornication, but she had to answer me when you say love your neighbor, is it just talking about one person? Answer that question. Right? And then pull the 1 Corinthians 7:2 for me, quick. So for the listeners out there who don't want to be ignorant, right? I'm gonna explain the scripture fully for you. All right. Come on.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication.
To avoid what?
To avoid fornication.
What is fornication according to the Bible? Come on.
So, lock it, sir. Fornication is any form of unlawful sex.
Any form of unlawful sex. And what is some types of unlawful sex?
Bestiality.
Yes.
Being gay.
Uh-huh.
Lesbian. A woman sleeping with a man that is not her husband. She already has a husband.
Which is
sex with someone else.
Which is
adultery.
Adultery. That's fornication. You understand? Right? That's fornication. Right? So to avoid fornication, what should that person do?
Salakia. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
Let every man have his what?
His own wife.
Meaning, if I have my 5 wives, guess what? You better leave them alone.
That's right.
Mind your business. If I have my 100 wives, you better mind your own business and go get your 100, or your 1, or your 2, or be like Paul on this. If you have that gift, have none. Ain't nothing wrong with that. A man can have what? 0, 1, or how much ever he wants to. Right? It's just telling you what? You marry your own what? Wife. You don't go and marry a what? Another man's wife.
Right.
Don't do that. That's unlawful. That's fornication. You laying down with another man's wife, that is fornication. So to avoid fornication, go get your own wife. Go marry your own wife. That's all it's saying. What's her name?
Renah.
That's all it's saying. You understand? I know you had a lot of broken hearts. You had a lot of broken hearts. You understand? From making bad choices. You better come into the school. Better come into the UPK and command the Jerry Hannah go in and show you get a priest and prophet of the Lord. That ain't going to break your heart. You understand? And go have you and have as many as he want. You just shut your mouth and make him happy. That's all. Come on. Come on. Timothy, right?
She pulled Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 18, which says, if I may, sir,
come on.
Let thy fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
Yeah, okay. She just don't understand the Bible.
That's right.
That's all. Is she looking for everything where it say what? Where it's singular, right? Right. This is English class now, right?
Right.
So you're going to take everything where it says singular.
Right.
But the Most High already what? Laid it down that what? You could already have more than one wife. So why does he need to say what? Wives. Right. When he know you could have more than one wife. Right. You understand? What we're reading about here is what? Marriage with one man and one woman is what? Mythical.
That's right.
It's not, it has no precedence in the Bible. If you're trying to sift through the Bible to try and make marriage about one man and one woman, you are going to contradict yourself. You understand? Not the Bible. You ain't contradicting the Bible. You contradicting yourself. Because I could pull a ton more scriptures to show you that a man could have what? More than one wife. So now what you're going to say? I'm a liar. Well, the Bible says such and such. So what you're going to do? You're going to just pull where it say what? Wife? When he already explained to you about a man having more than one wife. And when it speaks about a brother or a sister, it means what? Just a brother? All right? Pull me a scripture where it say, it must, you ain't getting one where it say, love your brother as yourself? Brother, not your brother. But there's another one where just speaks just about men alone, just brothers alone. Right? Oh, give me any law. Matthew 5 and Matthew 5. Anyway, where it talks about go to your brother alone. Go to your brother, he and thee alone. Pull that for me. So now I'm going to show you how unlearned a Christian is.
I got it, sir.
I try my best not to be, condescending.
Come.
Trying to be very professional here, right? Come on, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
So now my question to you, Rennie, is this only for men? Is this only for brothers? Now, Rennie had to answer that. You in class, you say, no, here, you learning. Rennie fighting against what she, what the Bible is about. You understand? She doesn't know the Bible. And for a woman who doesn't know the Bible, what the Bible say about a woman, she should what? Yeah, be silent in the church. Shut your mouth. You don't know nothing.
That's right.
You know why? You know why you're single? Rennie, you know why you're single? You know why them men run out and had more women? Because you don't know the Bible. You know why you made bad choices? Because you don't know the Bible. I don't even know you, but I know you made bad choices.
That's right.
I know you could. You could put how much you men are dogs. This, that, the other. I know you have stories because you don't know the Bible.
That's right.
So guess what? Just chill. Shut your mouth and learn. Right? Come on, let's get back to this marriage thing right here.
Come. Slakia.
So Rennie, I hope you understand, right? Just shut your mouth. Just learn something here for now. All right? And I ain't saying it in a disrespectful way. I saying it in a way talking to that demon that's inside you.
That's right.
You understand? Read on.
Slakia. Marriage had mythical precedents, starting with the abduction of the Saban women.
Abduction. You see how Esau like to what abduction really means? Come on.
Kidnapping.
Yeah, come on, use the word, man. Abduction. Big word. Now I gotta go pull the dictionary up, right? Kidnapping. You kidnap this woman. All right? This is nigh onto what? Being a what?
Rapist.
A rapist. All right? All right? Read on.
Come. Which may reflect the archaic custom.
What? Archaic meaning what? Like what?
Like outdated.
Yeah, outdated meaning now. That's why when you speak about a man having multiple wives, that they tell you what? That's what they will liken it to archaic, right. Meaning it's old back then. It's right. 2,000 years ago. Well, what changed? I don't know what changed. What changed? I read in the Bible and it speaks about a man having more than one wife. What changed? Your preacher.
That's right.
That's who changed. You understand? He's the one who have you standing up and putting your hand across your chest, talking about what? Pledging allegiance to a flag. When the Bible speaks against pledging allegiance to anything other than your Lord, than your Most High. That's who you pledge your allegiance to. You understand? Right? Read.
Come. It's like which may reflect the archaic custom of bride abduction. Romulus and his band of male immigrants were rejected connubium.
Right. Band of what? Male what? Immigrants. Which means what? They're in a place that knowing belonged to them.
Right.
And went and did what? Abducted some people, some women that is not their daughters or sisters, and nothing to do with them. Right? But this is mythical, right? Remember, this ain't real, but this is myth. Romulus and Remus, that's the symbol for Rome. If you go take the soccer team, Roma, you will see that they have a she-wolf and 2 male babies beneath it sucking on from the tits. You understand? That's the symbol for Rome. That's Romulus and Remus. Those are not real people, but those are mythical people that they made up. Just like Zeus, those things are mythical. Just like what they did to Christ. They try to make Christ say what? A demigod. You understand? When Christ is a black man just like me and you.
Right.
Came from what? Sex. Right? Come on.
Come. Shalakia. Romulus and his band of male immigrants were rejected connubium, the legal right to intermarriage from the Sabines.
Sabian.
According to Livy, Romulus and his men abducted the Sabine maidens. It's like the Sabian maidens, but promised them an honorable marriage in which they would enjoy the benefits of property, citizenship, and children.
So now they have to make stories up to tell the kids, you know what I mean, where marriage all come from. When marriage is a business deal between who? Marriage is really a business, according to the Bible. Marriage is a business deal between who?
The husband and the wife's father.
Yes, the husband and the wife's father. That's the deal that go down right there. You understand? That's what what we call that. What's the word we use for that? That deal. No, according to the Bible.
It's called the dowry.
The dowry. You understand? So now you want my daughter? Well, she been helping me, you know what I mean, feed the goat, the sheep, whatever. You know what? I'll take like 50 cows, 50 cattle. I mean, I don't have that. All right, I'll take this. So now you and that man making a what deal, because this father is going to do what? He's going to lose his help that he has. So now you're going to have to do what? You compensating the father for his loss, basically. You understand? That's the transaction. That's why today with marriage, who gives the daughter away in marriage? Yes, the father or some male figure in her life. Right? That's the father passing her on to that man to now become the new what? The new father. Now he's going to take the father position. So the father was the one doing what? Protecting the daughter. Now you're going to protect the daughter with your life. So now something comes into that house, harm comes into that house, you are the first one in line. You understand? Right? But black sisters don't know this. They only know this until what? Until the door actually get kicks in. You understand? You all remember Katrina? When they were talking about all the how to put it, the inappropriate things that the sisters had to do. They had to flash the tits. They had to there were tons of things going on in the arena that was happening. You remember? And then in those timing, ain't no 991. You're in a full-out crisis. You understand? Guess who does well in a crisis? Your man. Your man. That's your protection in a crisis. So sisters, don't wait till in a crisis. Why not do it now? You understand? Why not treat him like that now? So that when harm does come, he is by right going to just put himself in line. You understand? Come on, read on.
Come. Shalakia. These three benefits seem to define the purpose of marriage in ancient Rome.
Right? And that's it. You want to know why when you go file for your joint taxes, you know what I mean, why you get back more money than if you were single? Because they're trying to tell you what? That this is the way to go. You understand? When you die, your property goes to who? To the woman. Right? According to, you know what I mean? If you ain't have no will, basically in that time, it will go to who? The wife at that time. You know what I mean? It's a business deal between you and what? The woman. That's what they make it into. That's what Rome make it into. But the Bible, the business deal is between who? The man and the what? The woman's father.
That's right.
You understand? Right? Now, pertaining to the Bible, right? Polygamy. What's polygamy? Come on.
Salakia, polygamy,
Mm-hmm.
technically by definition, polygamy is any situation where a person has multiple spouses.
Very good. That's polygamy, right? What do we practice in here? What does the Bible practice?
I believe
To be specific.
Come on. I believe it's pronounced polygyny.
That's it. Polygyny. You understand? Right? That's where a man could have what? More than what? One woman. You understand? That's to be specific. Right? Now there are certain societies that do the polyandry or whatever, but that's where a woman has multiple husbands. You understand? I mean, there's a couple countries that do it. All right? But we in here, we follow what the Bible says to do.
That's right.
You understand? We follow polygamy. All right? Now, go to the article.
Which one? From the email?
Yeah. On why it's what's the question I asked, right?
Should plural marriage be legal? And
It's
then you got another one.
it says what the quotes again? Where it said, what is wrong with polygamy? What's wrong with it? All right? I know you're gonna see in your oppressor's eyes what he looks or how he looks at polygamy. All right.
Okay.
When the Bible, it already had what laws stated out. Now, before we go to that, let's go to Matthew first. Matthew 19:3. All right, let's get it in the New Testament out of Christ's own mouth, right? Because some people might say what? It's what?
Old Testament.
Old Testament.
Okay.
Let's get it in the New Testament out of Christ's own mouth. Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
Right? Is it unlawful to put away his wife for what?
For every cause.
Every cause, meaning what? Come on.
Whenever you feel like it.
Yes, for anything. Right? And they did what? They came to him, what? Tempting him. Because the wrong thing come out of his mouth. Guess what? It's stone. Is it what they did to Stephen? They were trying to trip Christ up to kill him. All right? Come on.
Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Verse 5.
He made them what?
Male and female.
Male and female. Right? Read on.
Verse 5. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife.
I shall cleave to his what?
To his wife.
To his wife. It sounds like what? Just one, right? Let's read on.
And they twain shall be one flesh.
Read on.
Verse 6. Wherefore there are no more twain, but one flesh.
But one flesh. What does that mean? When they say one flesh. Come on, Yannis,
It means that they're on one accord.
Yes, they agree. Meaning the man says what? Pay this bill. Guess what? We pay this bill. Man said, we're not going here. We're not going here.
Right.
Am I saying you won't have arguments? Yeah, you're going to have some arguments. All right? It's a marriage, right? You ain't going to see eye to eye. You know what I mean? 90, you know what I mean? All the time, 100% of the time.
That's right.
But in all, it's going to be what? You're one. Meaning no matter what, argument or no argument, you are not what? You're not going to leave that man. You're one accord. Right? Come on.
What therefore the Most High hath joined together, let not man put asunder.
When the Most High join together, let not man what?
Put asunder.
But your pastor, he put in what? Asunder. That's right. He telling you what? You're unequally yoked. When unequally yoked has to deal with what? What is unequally yoked has to deal with? Is it before the marriage or after the marriage? What it has to deal with? Come on.
After the marriage, sir.
After the marriage. Come on. So let's get it first. We say unequally yoked. Right, so remember, if you have sex with a woman, she is what? Your wife for what? For life. Right? When can a woman get another man? When her husband passes and when she becomes a widow. That's what we're going to read about in 1 Corinthians 7, where Paul says it. You understand? He calls a woman who can marry, unmarried, or a widow. A widow, she can do what? She can remarry. Right? Unmarried woman, she can what? Marry. But a married woman, she has to stay with that man until what? Till death. You understand? When it comes to the man, you're going to see what Christ is going to say, right? Come on. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
With what?
With unbelievers.
Unbelievers. So what is this speaking about? Is this speaking about before the marriage or after the marriage? Come on.
Before the marriage. Sir.
Before the marriage. You can't want to lay down with a woman, marry her, and then know that what? You're unequally yoked. You already signed the deal.
Right.
The deal was what? It's done. Unequally yoked meaning what? You trying to have sex with who? An unbeliever meaning somebody where? In the world. And now you marry that person in the world, and now to you not just deal with it, but to you after a while is almost like, I don't want to stay with him or her because him or her ain't doing what's inside here. Nah, it's done. You better stay with that man for the rest of your life.
That's right.
You better stay with that woman for the rest of your life. You understand? It's a done deal. Tell them where you at.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses...
No. Tell them with the no, just tell them where you at. Where you was at.
Oh, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14.
Good. All right, so go back to Matthew's.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement?
Right. Just to help you out, Moses gave a writing of divorcement for what reason? Come on.
If I may, sir, because when we came out of Egypt, it was hard to get our women in line, so the men were being very physical with the women.
Don't you just think men alone? There was a lot of what? Domestic violence. All right? Meaning, you know what I mean? It could be what? Man and woman, right? You heard about women, you know what I mean? Put in that hot oil or that hot water on you while you're sleeping. You understand? Right? It goes both ways, right? Right? Good. But America would have you think it goes what? One way. Right. Until they create a monster. And now you start to see what? Sisters being treated as what? Brothers. Right? Now you're seeing that. Because America created what? Monsters. Your Christian church created what? Monsters. So now you can't tell your woman, shut up. You understand? Just shut up. You can't do that. You tell her shut up is almost like you damning her to death. And it's going to be a full out physical fight. Cops, he hit me. This, that, the other. You understand? Right? Read on.
God. And to put her away. Verse 8. He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts.
Right, the hardness of your heart, meaning you don't want to take what? Low. You don't want to compromise. You understand? She can't cook. Well, brother, buy her a recipe book.
Right.
Teach her how to do it. You know what I mean? Don't get angry because she burning the rice. Nah, brother. Eat that burnt rice and say to our baby. We're going to get it right.
That's right.
You understand? Don't get angry because she ain't seasoning the meat correct for you. Nah. You had some time to, you know what I mean, deal with that, make sure it's right. Now you get it, it's spoiled. That's like what you read in Deuteronomy. When when the brother had a woman, and then after he had her, he wanted to cast her away. He said what? That she wasn't a virgin. She wasn't a virgin, right? He said it. He's like, you know what? This woman is, I forget the word he used. I shouldn't say virgin because, you know, virgin is what? A young, unmarried woman, or a young woman of marriageable age. Doesn't mean she didn't have sex, right? But this woman, I forget what it's in Deuteronomy. But to just give you the point, is to the point whereas he was giving her a bad name. He was calling her a bad name. He was calling her a whore. You understand? Right? You can't do that after you get, no, you're like, no, I don't want this no more. You had to stick with that. You find out what the honeymoon was about, and you get back to that all the way. You understand? Because you know that honeymoon period where you just start off, oh boy, it's nice. Flowers, dates. Right. You understand? It's nice. After the honeymoon, guess what? It's the real deal. Right. I hate you. That. You all going to bed angry with each other. To hell with all of that, man. Find out what it is, you know what I mean? Find something. She maybe could fold your clothes good. You know what I mean? Love her for that.
Right.
Hell. You understand? Find something. You understand? Don't just give up like a Christian church.
Come.
You understand? The Christian church teach black women and black men to just do what? Give up.
Right.
And now you have what? Gays running around the Christian church. Men who and women who've been what? Molested and who have not been treated properly to, you know what I mean? To get right.
Good night.
Right? Come on, read on.
Come. Because of the hardness of your hearts, suffer you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so.
It was not so. You couldn't put away your wife in the beginning, Christ said. But Moses did it just so that the nation survive. You understand?
Okay.
So that we don't kill off each other. Right? Read on.
Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication.
Hold on. He said unto you, whosoever what?
Shall put away his wife.
So you put away your wife.
Except it be for fornication.
Except it be for fornication. Except. Meaning you cannot put away a wife for anything except what? Fornication, meaning unlawful sex. You walk in on her and the horse is in the bed, out. Pack your clothes, you out.
Right.
You walk in and another man in your house, it's done.
That's right.
It's done. Ain't no, baby, I love you. How could you do me this? It's done, brother.
That's right.
You call me and we're going to get a drink and we're going to celebrate your freedom. You understand? We're going to celebrate your freedom. You understand?
Okay.
Right? Come on.
Okay. And shall marry another, committeth adultery.
Committed what?
Committeth adultery.
How does a man commit adultery? Come on, sis. Well, you're correct, but what is it saying there? How does a man commit adultery?
Oh,
come on.
Putting her away.
Putting away his wife, except it be for fornication. So you with a man and he say, what? You'll get out. And we done. It's it. Except it be for fornication. Meaning he just angry with you. He's fed up of arguing. You understand? His pressure is going up and he tell you that's it. You better get out. You understand? He committed what? Adultery. You understand? Read on.
And whoso marrieth her which is put away doth commit adultery.
And the man who now goes and do what? Sleeps with the woman that the man put her away, commits adultery. That's why it's imperative in here. You come in here, brother, you see a woman and you want to talk to her, you better ask her, you know what I mean, who's that last man? Talk to that last man.
Right.
You understand? You better try to get hold of him. You understand?
Yeah.
Or just let her come in here and do it 6 months and then we'll know. Yeah. Go through the proper way, right? 6 years to 6 months to the year rule. Come on, sis. Yes, she is, but it's on him. It's like it's like a child. If you feed a child pork, who ate pork? Yeah, the child ate pork, but who sinned? The parent, because the child ain't no better, right? You put that woman away, you committed adultery. The man who went and sleep with her, he commits adultery. You understand? Yes, she did commit adultery too, but he's putting the onus on the man. You understand? Because he told the woman what? We're done. Remember, I'm talking about basically a woman who basically where? In the world. And here, it ain't what? You can put away your wife. Right. You can put away your husband in here. When we're putting away your wife in here is if she do what? Commits adultery, then she done. But she arguing, she bickering, she key your car up, she burn your clothes. Guess what? That's your wife. You understand? You better go salvage wherever you can salvage all that them burn clothes and go home and find a way to make love to that. You understand? You better do it, or else guess what? You're gonna be a sinner. Right. And you know the Lord deals with sinners, right?
That's right.
You know what I mean? I know how to tell you about the STDs, right? The whole alphabet, right? You know what I mean? It's out there. If you want it, Lord know how to give you it. You understand? Come on.
Okay. Book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 10. His disciples say unto him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. Verse 11. But he said unto them, all men cannot receive this saying.
All men what?
All men cannot receive this saying.
So is it saying just men alone? What's the name? Renah? Is it just saying men alone?
Right.
No, it's saying all men, meaning what? Man and what? Woman. You understand? You get in school here, sis. Don't worry. You're in school. We call this Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right.
You taking classes. You know what I mean? In here, you could ask a question. Don't worry. Ask a question. You'll get the answers. If you could what? Read what Christ said? What he said? All what?
All men cannot receive this saying.
All men cannot receive this saying. I hope you understand. I pray you understand. Some sisters can't what? Receive what? That a man could what? Have more than one woman.
Right.
Some brother can't do it. Some brothers can't do it. Guess what? That doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right.
If you want to have one woman for the rest of your life, brother, black power all the way, you know what I mean? Power to you. You go ahead. If you want to have no woman for the rest of your life, no power, you go ahead. You can't do it. It's not unlawful. But don't stop a man. Don't forbid men from what? Marrying. Don't do it. Don't tell a man he could only have one wife. And now because you see, you know what I mean, a damsel in distress and he wants to go help her out, he can't do it. Why? Because he could only have what? One. So guess what? Move on.
Right.
But no, that's not how our society is run. Our society is run on what? What is the word? What? Polygyny. You understand? That's how our society is run. Even the native Indians, they practice it also too. Do the history. When they went to war and a man lost his life, guess what? A woman would take another man so that she survived. It's in the law. You understand, right? Where we at right now?
Slack is book of Matthew 19 and 11.
No, let's read a little bit of this right here. Right. No, and just think about it this way also too, right? No, remember, the oppressor, right? How he looks at the Bible. Come on.
He looks at the Bible as a myth.
Yeah, storybook. So guess what he has to do? Guess what's his Bible?
Slack his laws and what do you call it? Constitution. His constitution.
Yeah, but a little more. So remember, this is our manual to life, right?
Right.
What's Esau's manual to life, or your oppressor manual to life?
Whatever in the Bible suits him.
You're right, but I'm looking for something specific. Come on.
Salakia,
Chrissy, yeah. Come on.
Salakia, sir. I was gonna say whatever suits him from day to day because he's just lawless. He's lawless. He don't care about nothing.
Okay, don't think so much so like that, right? Okay. We black people discipline the children based on off of what? We read here where it say what? Spoil the rod and what? Spoil the child, right? It doesn't mean beat the child to death, but mean what? You're gonna correct that child when he or she does something wrong. Yeah, man, you might put some fire to that behind, but you ain't gonna kill your child. You understand? It teaches us how to do what? How a woman should live with a man, how a man should live with a woman, right? Now, what does your oppressor use to teach himself how to live? Come on.
Salakia, sir. That's why I'm lost because you could say laws, but that's not really the fact because he don't
follow the laws, right?
He don't follow his own laws.
Right.
He's undisciplined. He's a beast.
Right. So what does he use to live?
Violence.
No. Sass is it. I don't think you. Okay, I'm gonna give you all it just for time's sake. He uses his books. He comes up with studies. So now he studies what? A lifestyle, and now based on that study, he is going to make what references and live according to it.
Right.
So now he wants to learn how to discipline his child. He's going to read a book from somebody that went to college or some expert.
Okay.
You know, so come on.
So, like, if I make sure what you're saying is heavy, because that's one of the main differences between us. It's like, as Israelites, as God's people, is like, you know, there's certain things that we don't gotta read it in a book. It's just like that ain't right, that don't go like that.
Yes.
But the devil, I literally have read books from them. They have books that try to explain whether or not adults should have sex with children. They have books that are like, okay, we're gonna try to understand why we shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they think. They got to write it down in a book and try to turn it into academics. You know what I mean? Everything they do is some kind of, you know, manual for it. Salakia.
That's right. So no, go ahead, sis.
Salakia, sir. I think
No. Oh, 1 minute, right? Uh-huh.
From learning from books, because before that they was beating us, so that was their way of disciplining us.
No, okay. I'm talking about how they live, because remember, they don't live by the Bible. How do they live? They live by what? Their books, because they know that what? The Bible ain't for them. They know that. Like the scholars, they know the Bible ain't for them. So guess what the scholars, they do? They go write books on how to live. That's why when you read some of the books, it sounds something like they're trying to tie some verses in the Bible into it. When where's a good one? What goes around comes around. Right? What goes around comes around. Every motion, there's a equal and what? Opposite motion. Where that come from? They're right here. Come on.
Come on, sis.
So like you, sir, I guess that's where my conundrum is coming in at, because they write a lot of books, and it says in scripture they're gonna make many, as many books, that's gonna be made.
Mm-hmm.
But sir, even if they don't believe none of what they say,
Mm-hmm.
they write stuff, but you don't see them. You see some of them living by it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the times they just doing that in order to get over on us. They don't believe that shit.
Yeah, I know they don't believe it, but what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about every oppressor. I'm talking about the majority of them. They don't live by the Bible. You understand? They live by their studies. That's why you're going to see studies. Remember the plagues in Egypt? They study it, and they will have the scientific way of what occurred in Egypt. You understand? They have their scientific terms for it. Come on.
It's like it, sir. They studied us in Egypt. They were studying us, even trying to figure out beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to find out before we got here. They knew that there was gonna be a special being that was gonna be born, and they've still been studying us.
Yes, and that's like, who is like also too? Who's perfect for it? The Arabs with the Quran. The first 5 books, where they say they get the first 5 books from? Moses, right? Because they did what? Muhammad went and learned the way of what? The Jews, and decided to make what? A religion based off of it, which now in turn teaches what? Muslims the way of what? Life. You understand? They try to come up with their books. You understand? The heathens to try to live. We have this to live by right here. We don't need to come up with books. That's why the Bible says what? None shall want her maid. And the reading of many books is what? Get in Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 or 12 and 13. Right? To us is weariness, correct? To us is weariness. To him, he is being what? He calls it what? Being what? Educated. Right? Come on.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end.
Right. And that's what's going on. With him, there's no end. That's why every century he might come up with something new. Because in the 18th century, guess what? 2 men could have married. You ever heard about in the 18th century 2 men getting married? No. You understand? But in the 19th century, that's when they start bringing in this whole what? 2 gay marriages with man and woman. You understand? Because they find ways with their what? With their books, with their many books to live. I know you're going to read about a study, right? Or article basically on the fact where they base why polygamy is not good. When the Bible already lays it out on how to go about, dealing with more than one woman. You want to know how to deal with it? You're going to come and sit down in this class and learn how to deal with it. Right. You think you could deal with more than one woman without this? Go ahead and try. You understand? Go ahead and try and see if it works. All right, come on. Yeah, go ahead. Khan. This is an article from the New York Times.
If you want, you can skip through it too. If you're seeing
Khan. It says polygamy is a step in the wrong direction.
What?
Polygamy is a step in the wrong direction.
Read on.
It says, in their embrace of laissez-faire approach to family life, some liberals and libertarians seem blind to a basic truth, namely the success of liberalism depends in part on thriving 2-parent families.
You understand? So no, he did what? They went and did what? Studies on these things, right? And now study what? A man having what? Multiple wives, and came up with it what? It's not being what? It's not good, right? When they ain't based it off of what? Bible. You understand? You can't want to say you want to have more than one wife and you don't even know what the man will have to say about it. Right? Read on.
Okay. Let's drop down to the next paragraph. The problem then with recent calls for the public acceptance of polygamy is that they do not adequately appreciate the ways in which the spread of relationships involving 3 or more adults would likely harm women, children, and the spirit of American liberalism.
You understand? It's going to harm the spirit of American liberalism. Meaning what now, basically, just imagine if we were allowed to live how the Lord said to live, like we're doing here in Iiwsupk. You can imagine this place on a large scale. It's going to be scary for America. It's going to be totally scary for America. You know why it's tough to see, you know what I mean, your videos on YouTube, on Facebook, and they want to block you, they want to do all, because they don't want this spirit getting out there. That spirit getting out there is going to be too much for them. You understand? It's going to show that what their studies means nothing. You understand? It's all a lie. Read.
Salakia. The first is the status of women. Polygyny.
And that's the first thing they like to do. They like to do what? Bring the woman up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is harming a woman. What harm is it doing a woman? Having more than one, a woman being able to have one man. How is that harming her? Come on.
Salakia, sir. I mean, no one says that it's harming a child to have more than one child.
You understand? It ain't harming for a man to have more than one child, right? But it's harming if a woman has to be with a man that wants more than one woman. It's stupid. In here, it's stupid. But to them, it means everything.
Right.
You understand?
Read. Polygyny is associated with higher rates of domestic violence.
Domestic violence. Why? Because you trying to have what? More than one woman without what? The Bible, without any rules on it.
That's right.
So now you have nobody to answer to.
Damn right.
In here, we don't condone domestic violence. You understand? We don't. Right? Come on.
Psychological distress.
Psychological distress. That's what's going on with who? Renee. What's her name?
Renah.
That's why she cannot see or fathom her man having another woman. Because it's going to cause what? Psychological what? Distress. She doesn't want to live by this. It's messing her mind up. Her head is going to explode. You understand? Read on.
Co-wife conflict.
Co-wife meaning what? I ain't getting. You spending more time with her, not with me. This, that, the other. Oh, you like her more than you like me. Co-wife, not in here. Not in here, brother. It's going to be set straight. Come on.
Right. So Salakia, if I may, sir. And this is just this article. You can tell it's written by a devil because he don't know what's going on. If you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you know, co-wife conflict is just part of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on.
How many of us, our fathers, was dealing with other women, or a brother might be dealing with another woman, a sister in the world. She didn't see her man. Like almost every woman I've ever met in my entire life has had to deal with her man dealing with other women.
Yeah.
It's like that just happens regardless of whether or not it's accepted or not.
Right.
That's just the reality.
But they do their study, and their study basically is like that study of statistics, where they do their statistical like data, and they try to, you know what I mean, bring it to the point, right? Statistics, if you know statistics, you could use it in a way to bring your point home. Or, you know what I mean, for example, with the cigarettes, right? The cigarette cause cancer. But there's studies out there that says what? Cigarettes what? Does not cause cancer. That's why you still have what? Cigarettes in the store. That's why on the cigarette pack it say it may cause cancer. You understand? There were studies done. That's why it's still on the shelf. If it was that cigarettes correlate to you having cancer, you're going to die, you're going to for sure get cancer and die, it will not be on the shelf. Guess why? Because your oppressor people will be what? Dropping dead. You understand? right? He ain't gonna allow that to happen to his people, but us, he will.
Okay.
Right? Come on.
And greater control of women.
Oh, here we go. What's her name?
Renah.
Renah. Oh, we know what's going on with Renah. She don't want a man to control her.
That's right.
But guess what? He gonna have to.
Damn right.
If he don't, guess what? What happens in Vegas gonna stay in Vegas.
Right. That's right.
You're gonna be a hoe. I trying to help you. You need to submit. You need to shut your mouth
That's
and learn
right.
something.
Damn right.
Come on.
Okay. According to research by the Brown University political scientist Rose McDermott, not exactly the direction the United States wishes to head for women, right?
Right. You understand? So now there's a study, or not a study, but there was a case in Canada where this person, Rose McDermott, where she did a whole expert study on the situation, right? I don't think we have time to get into all of it, but there's a study that she did in which this writer is quoting what she said. You understand about the whole relationship, because they said she did like a 10-year study on the whole polygamy aspect of it, and it came out that it's not basically what was the article saying? It's not what?
So like it says, not exactly the direction the United States wishes to head for women, right?
You understand? No, the heading.
Oh, Salakia, the heading, the title. Salakia is polygamy is a step in the wrong direction.
You understand? So now you go do studies on it and prove that. Guess what? You taking your proof to what? To court to show that what? You should not. That's why in America, can you marry two women? It's what?
It's illegal.
It's illegal to marry two women. And this is how your laws come into play. Your laws come into play by what? First off, by what? By him doing what? Studies, and by him trying to control your society. You understand? That's where it all comes from. So now, the Bible says what? Polygamy is what? It's good. It's right. It's okay. But your oppressor saying what? Monogamy. You understand? So now, what's the state of your society? What's the state of your society right now?
That's right.
Your men locked up, what? Over 2 million men, black men in jail? And already what? That, what you call it again? Women outnumber males already. Thank you, sis. Gays, don't forget the gays out. You understand? Come on. Yeah. So now our society basically what? Left without males. Now where the baby's gonna come from? Who gonna protect the woman? You're gonna depend on what? Esau to protect your woman, your slave master to protect your woman. He abusing them. You understand? Right? Any more on that?
They talk about the children next and the families. You want to keep going, or you want to leave it there?
A little bit. Yeah, go on a little bit.
Come on. So second is child well-being. Children are more likely to flourish and to become good citizens and workers if they get high levels of attention, affection, and financial support from their fathers.
You understand? Why how to put in financial support, this, that. But guess what? You're going to make laws on putting the father in prison for child support.
Right.
It's your contradicting his
whole
stuff is. Come on.
Salaki, I'm Salaki, sir, but what you're saying is so heavy. That's what I'm saying. This article is like colorblind. It's like it's crazy because everything he's saying, like, we already going through this. Like growing up in 2-parent homes with stable, this is black people. We don't have these things anyway. So this doesn't even in any way relate to us. And Salaki, if I may, he talking about children who grow up with 2-parent homes and whatever do better. But I mean, a lot of them Africans over there doing just fine, and they grew up and their mom was wife number 9. Like Akon's mother was like his father's like 5th wife. He has electricity going through the whole country.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Counsel.
Like they come up with these studies to try to push their lifestyle on us.
Right.
This monogamy on us.
Come on.
When by right you could see that monogamy is not working. That's right. There's more divorce than anything. Come on.
Salakia, sir. I don't know if y'all saw the
Pass her the
study.
mic.
They had a study that came out about maybe 2 days ago. I don't know if you saw it, but they said that these days in this society in America, it's somewhere around less than 20%. I think it was like 17% of the children are living or born into what they call the nuclear family,
right?
Where
Where the
father and the mother. So, and even back in the 60s, for black people, it was about as like almost 70%, 60 something percent. But now they won't just talking about black people; they're talking about all people.
Yes, that's what they like to do.
Because everything we do, they do what we do too.
Right, but okay, but it's not that they do what we do, but more so they're okay. It's rare you'll hear or read a book basically on your oppressor growing up without his father. To him, our life is like a story. You understand? Like growing up without a father is not normal. It's not to him. But to us, they made it into it being normal now. Where a man, you ask a man about his father, I don't know where he was. He was in the streets. He was this, he was that. My mom tell me I had no father. Like you grow up in a society where your father is not looked at, is not given the respect, and it's because of the oppressor. You understand? And what you're saying is so right. Like, meaning back then, we had fathers in the house. Majority of the fathers was in the house. But coming now, why is the majority of the fathers out of the house? You think it's because of you, when it's not because of you. It's because of the system. You understand? 1 minute. So come on, sis.
You just touched on what I was about to say. The article states that it's better for kids to grow up in two-parent homes, but the oppressor is the reason why the families are not together, because when the mothers get assistance or whatever, the fathers can't be in the home.
Right.
So they can't feed their kids.
You're correct. You understand?
And they won't give the fathers, allow them to get jobs. So therefore, in order for him to be in the home, the kids won't eat.
You understand?
So the oppressor broke up a lot of homes.
Yeah, he is doing it right now by telling us what polygamy is. What it's bad. He breaking up a lot of homes. When a man, he could have as much woman as he want, as much kids as he want. A man will be in his kids' lives if you allow him to. But some of you all want to use that child to get to the father.
That's right.
You understand? When a black man, you can't tell me a black man don't love his kids more than anything else. A black man loves his children, but he's not going to accept being belittled by a monster to take that shift on. Come on.
It was even worse like in the 60s and the 70s, because like if a mother had a microwave and social service comes in the house, they want to know where she got the money from to buy that. You're not allowed to have anything. They look in your house, in your closet, to make sure there is no men clothes in your house.
Yeah, I know. You understand? And them days, brother and sisters, I think we're close to them coming back to them days. We're real close to coming back to them type of days. You understand? Come on, sis.
So, like, yes, sir. I think that's what I was like going towards. Exactly what sis is saying is so heavy, because like the things that they did to us are coming on them. Like their families are being destroyed right now.
Right.
Just like they put drugs in our neighborhoods, they are being destroyed by drugs. That's just like they put different types of mentalities in us. They're being destroyed by violence. You know, disease, all kinds of things. They're being destroyed by the same things that they tried to instill in us.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, okay, you know, because these are the same things that have been inflicted, you know, upon our people, and now they're having to deal with those same repercussions.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. So.
And you're correct. You're correct with everything you're saying, because they think we're gonna fight them. We don't have to raise a hand to fight them.
What did the Lord say? Vengeance is what? Is mine. So guess what? You're going to have your young little 15-year-old boy who you buy a gun for. What you buying a gun for a 15-year-old boy for? And now he's going to shoot the whole school up because he's mentally unstable? No, because he's angry. Because he's just angry and upset. And he just takes the gun and go kill people. You understand? And he gets to have a what? A day in court. You understand? He gets to have his day in court. Right? Where we at? No, what's the time?
Oh, we over the time, so it's 9:03.
Oh man. Let's get one more. Let's go to Matthews 25:1. So Renee, you gotta explain this to me. This is a killer right here. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Don't get angry with me now. It is Matthew 25:1, right? This is out of Christ's mouth.
Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
Unto what?
Unto 10 virgins.
10 virgins. You say, okay, let's read on.
Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
To meet what?
Went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Bridegroom. Rennie, is that singular or plural?
That is
Come on, sis. Singular. So you're telling me 10 to 1? Come on, brother. Come on, sister.
Right.
This is out of whose mouth? Christ's mouth. Right? Will Christ make a parable to have you sin? About your sinning?
La.
Would he say something like, you know what I mean, you 10 what? Yeah, you're gonna have the kingdom of heaven like on the 10 crack pipes?
La.
Would you ever hear him saying something like that? No. Or like on the 10 blunts? No, he ain't gonna be saying that. Why? Because that's unlawful.
That's right.
So he's saying what? 10 virgins,
which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
And went forth to meet the bridegroom. All right? Read on.
Oh, okay. Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise.
5 of them were what?
Were wise.
Rennie, which one is? Read on.
And 5 were foolish.
Rennie, which one are you?
Verse 3.
I'm not asking you the question. The Most High asking you the question, sis. I'm not asking you the question. The Most High asking you the question. It's like what? 5 were what? Wise.
Okay.
And 5 were what?
Foolish.
Foolish. Right? Read on.
Okay. Verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
And 5 of them were foolish. They took what? No oil with them. And that's like what? That's like a sister that comes in here, right? Comes in here, or a brother comes in here, and he expecting something to happen what? Right away.
Okay.
He expecting to get that love of his life right away. She expecting to get that love of her life right away. You understand? That's not how the Lord work. He gonna give it on what? His timing. Guess what you ought to do? Yeah, you better have your oil.
Right.
You better have your oil. Read on.
Okay. Verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. Verse 6.
And they slumbered and slept, meaning what? They slipped back way into the world. For a little bit, for just a teeny bit. It's like, nah, I can't take one of these, One West sisters or these One West brothers. Nah, I wait too long. Read.
Verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh.
The bridegroom cometh. Read on.
Go ye out to meet him. Verse 7. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. Verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise.
And Renee, which one are you? You didn't answer the question as yet. You're the foolish one or you're the wise one? Which one? Read on.
Give us of your oil.
Give us of your what?
Give us of your oil.
So now they want what? What? The other 5 had, which was what? That oil.
Come.
Which was what? Now you see a sister, she waited, and now the Lord what? Blessing her. Or a brother, he waited. The Lord blessing him. And it's just not pertaining to just a woman alone or a man having a woman or a woman having a man. This is anything. Anything. You understand? Anything that in here that where you leave here because you're not getting it, and now you do what? You trim your ways to go back out there to get it. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come. For our lamps are gone out.
Our lamps are what?
Are gone out.
Are going out. Read on.
Come. Verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you.
Ain't enough. You go have sex. Guess what? That's your man for life.
That's right.
Whether it be in here or out there, he's yours for life. Woman likewise.
Right.
He's yours for life. Ain't no well, I made a mistake. Nah. Does the Lord make mistakes? The Lord don't make mistakes.
That's right.
What do you say about the marriage bed? It's undefiled. Correct. It's undefiled. That's why you should what? You should choose wisely. Take your time. That's what he's saying right here. Take your time. You understand? Read on.
But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
So they're telling them what? You better go somewhere else. You go somewhere else. You ain't getting what I have right here. What I have right here is for that man.
Right.
You ain't gonna treat me of that. And he's likening what? Christ is likening what? The kingdom of heaven to what? To a bridegroom having what? More than one wife. So is it unlawful for a man to have more than one? No. Is it unlawful for a man to have none? No. You could have 1, 2, 3, many. You understand? What you have to do is you just have to do what? What you have to do as a brother or a sister in here. Come on.
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely, but bring it all the way home. Come on. Be patient. Come on. So we on what? We on polygamy, right? Meaning what? You marry that man, you be with that man for what? The rest of your life. That's it. It's done. So you be patient. You better what? Choose wisely. There's a reason why there's a what? 6 months or what? To a year rule in here. It's there for a reason. You understand? Just like what Paul set up in his schools. He set it up in a way whereas what? You wouldn't have to do what? You wouldn't have to make a mistake. You don't have to say, well, I made a mistake and that's it. No. Paul sets up in a way whereas he give you. He lay it out here. And now guess what? You be wise or you be the foolish one. You make the choice, Rennie.
Right.
You understand? You sisters out there, you all make the choice. You brothers out there, you make the choice. And whether you're going to be wise or what? Or foolish. You understand? And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and Officer Yaniza.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group or religion. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. This is the last day, right, Concert?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, this is the last day of the Feast of Dedication. The next is the Feast of Purim,
28th,
which will be February 18th. February 15th, the Feast of Purim. Remind Akim and Akwakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, Amajim.
You just want to say the Lord prayer, right? You can use this one. Yeah, you're sharing.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Zaba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Natananawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabia Ayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abol, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wahathraparith, La'Iwalumium, Amen.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Sisters Yashab, Sarge Salakia, Sarge turn to face the teacher. Men of Israel, the teacher, one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak, Yahweh Shema Latah Bashim Hashah,
Yahweh Shema Latah Bashim Hashah.
Yajimatah, class dismissed.
Which one is that? No. No, this is good. Good night. The water.
French or French?
The orange was French. I know what they all look like. I never really eat either. But I was French. I was French. What?